afternoon. It's that time. It's Seniors Matter. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm feeling good. The sun's been out. There's no snow. We are blessed. I want to start with the commercial here, and that's called the Call to Conscious Museum closes this weekend at the Columbia City Theater, which will be open later today from 3 to 7 p.m. and will close after its last day tomorrow, 11 to 6. Book your last minute tickets at calltoconscience.world. Okay, and then also, want to make more community broadcasts like this possible? Donate today on Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio or online at rainieravenueradio.world/donate. And we thank you for making community broadcasting possible. Yay! Wow, I'm so glad today is Friday. It's been a full week for me, and next week is already starting to fill up. But hey, it's Friday, we're here, and I am also happy to say that I have a guest today, and her name is Winona Holland Haig. And Winona is going to talk with us today about an event that's going on at Mount Zion Baptist Church for the women's ministry. But also, Winona has been on before, so you some of you probably know her, and I'll just give a little bit about her. She's a graduate of the University of Washington with a master's in clinical social work. She's a former outreach manager for Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center and has served as vice president of the Washington State Association of Black Professionals in Healthcare. There's more, but that's it for now. Welcome to the show, Winona. How are you, my dear?
Well, thank you for having me, Brenda. It's a beautiful day, like you said. There's sunshine outside, and I'm excited about coming and chatting with the community about a wonderful event that we're putting on tomorrow at Mount Zion Baptist Church, your church, as a matter of fact.
Yes. I'm excited. So, Winona, this is the 84th anniversary celebration workshop for women's ministry. I was the co-chair, I believe, for the 80th, and I just can't believe it's been 4 years since then. My gosh.
Yeah. The time goes very quickly, very, very quickly.
So who else is the co-chair with you?
Sarah Dean is co-chairing with me this year, and co-chairing the workshops with me this
workshop.
year.
Yes.
Right. And as we know, the actual event is housed out of Mount Zion Baptist Church, and it's really being put on by the Mount Zion Women's Ministry. And our president is Reverend Dr. Julie Vaughn. And she is working this year with two of her very diligent co-chairs to make sure that this event is going to be a wonderful event for everyone. And her co-chairs this year are Cindy Gibbs Brown and Elijah Wokama.
Yeah, I looked at that and I said, well, I know Winona got it because I don't.
Yes, and they are the 84th anniversary co-chairs of the whole event. So
right.
Just so we put it in context, this is one of the many events that's happening. We will culminate on March the 22nd, that third Sunday of March, when we have a guest speaker that's coming in. That will be the actual Women's Day. But leading up to that, we've already had a prayer breakfast. Mm-hmm. Now we're having a workshop. And then the 7th, we will have a marketplace that
that's
Dr.
going to be something.
McDade is putting on. And all of you are welcome to come in and get a booth and, sell your goods and your wares and, be a part of the community. They'll have spoken word that day. There'll be other people in there. But I'm going to focus just on tomorrow because I'd love for you to take some time out and come tomorrow and be a part of our workshops because we're going to have a fantastic time. There'll be a free breakfast, complimentary continental breakfast in the morning at 9. And I just want to step back and make sure everybody knows that we are located on Reverend Samuel Barry McKinney Boulevard, which is off of 19th, and it used to be a connection of Madison, but we have renamed it in honor of the late Reverend Samuel Barry McKinney. But you can find us off of 19th, off of Madison.
That
And
address, Winona, that old
Mhm.
address is 1634 19th Avenue.
Okay, 1634 Reverend Dr. McKinney Avenue is the new address, but
Correct.
it's the old address is 19th and Madison.
There you
So
go.
where a lot of people might just know that that's where it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
So,
So
Winona,
I'm real. Mhm.
well, I was just going to say, what's the name and the theme of the workshop?
The name of and the theme of our workshop this year is empowering women in faith through praise and prayer. And we have chosen two particular scriptures. One is Jeremiah 29:11, and the other is the Proverbs 31:30.
Ah,
And
yes.
so we are centering all of our speakers and all of the information that we're handing out. Like there will be all types of journals that will be passed out, and all of that literature will have those two scriptures on it. So if you come, we have collapsed the whole concept into mind, body, and spirit.
Mm.
And we are achieving the goal of blending all three of those so that you will have a wonderful experience. And again, let me step back a moment and say this year it's a women's ministry prayer breakfast. So we're focusing on our audience is mostly women. For the majority of the people there will be girls, young ladies, and women. Now, we have had a successful workshop with our brotherhood. And I just happened to, when I was going through my file, I happened to have one of the old
Mm.
flyers where we had former Representative Jesse Wineberry, Dr. Rayburn Lewis, Dr. Yam Nami from the UW. He's an oncology doctor for prostate, and Reverend Carrie Anderson, along with at that time was our mayor Bruce, opened
Right.
us up, and so we are known to work with our brotherhoods and work with other churches, and I am known to be able to collaborate and put on one for the men, but this one is for the women.
Well, do you know, are the men going to have one, Winona?
I've talked to Nate Miles. He's the new Brotherhood chairperson,
Ah,
and they're very interested. So we would be working with them and the team Issachar, young men that meet there every Saturday. And
mhm.
so I have offered to set up one of these exactly the way they would like to have it, but I would just recruit the people for them, the speakers, because
Okay.
I'm that's an easy part of my life and my job.
Yeah, you can do that with no
That's what
problem.
I do. That's what I do in my retirement, right?
Right.
And I said my
Oh, you
job,
did
my job,
retire. When did you
my
retire?
unpaid job that I work on every morning. I get up and get dressed like this and then work work like I'm working somewhere. But
I hear you. I didn't realize you had retired.
no one knows I've retired because I act like I'm working. But I am retired. I've been retired for 15 years.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh my gosh.
And
No.
no one seems to know it. Even I don't know it.
Or
So
care, because they just expect you to keep on ticking.
that's right. That's right. Definitely. So, oh well. Don't
I love
expose my inability to say no. As a clinical therapist, I should have been able to figure that out by now. But anyway,
It's all good. It's all good. So now this is an interactive workshop, right?
it certainly is.
So what does that entail?
That means that we are not just going to be talking at people. We're going to be talking with you. So if you come for the hosted breakfast, you come in. We will have breakfast. We're going to have opening up with Sister Maddie Taplin is going to do some chair
Oh
exercises,
boy.
and we're asking people to be kind of, casual, so
Yes.
that they can, feel comfortable stretching and learning the chair exercises, taking some deep breaths, just trying to get centered. Because if
Mhm.
you get centered, then you're probably able to take in more information,
Right.
if you feel comfortable. And that's what we want people to do. If you're coming to a mind, body, and spirit workshop, we're going to try to make sure that when you leave there, you don't come in with the same amount of stress that you walked in the door with. That
Right.
would not be a good accomplishment for the people that are trying, like myself and Sarah Dean, are trying to make people feel comfortable, engaged, allow them to work on the inner soul type spirits. We will have lovely Christian music. That's because one of the things I normally do on Saturday mornings is I am a DJ, a radio host, much like Brenda. Only my radio music is all music. It's all Christian music on Saturday mornings. So I'm
What
pretty
time,
excited.
Winona?
It's 7 o'clock every Saturday. You can go to kbcs.fm, or if you're in your car, it's 91.3 FM. And or you can just find the link on Bellevue College's website. We are
Mm,
housed out of Bellevue College.
okay.
And at 7 o'clock every Saturday morning, you can get your inspiration. You can come in and just feel good about what you're centering, because it'll be good Christian music, eclectic music. We start back with Mahalia Jackson and we go all the way up to the latest Stellar Awards winners here. And so we just take the gamut of good music. And so we actually may be able to have some of that on the board tomorrow morning. I'm not sure, but anyway, that is certainly an option as well. But we do have a pianist coming, and we have two of our members who are going to be Sister Catherine Acox, and one of our NCNW members, Reverend Gwendolyn Coates, will be also providing song for us tomorrow.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, that'll be great. That definitely
Yeah.
will be great. You guys got to get there. Just
Yep.
if you're
They gotta
just
come.
tuning in, you're listening live to Seniors Matter with your host, Brenda Charles Edwards, on www.rainieravenueradio.world, your community radio station. We're here every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Do you know what's the best legacy we can give ourselves and our loved ones? Join me on Zoom for a group or individual session on legacy end of life planning. And you can reach me at 206 683 2636. Now back to Winona, and tell us a little bit more about the workshop that's being held tomorrow from 9 to 12 at Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Yes, well, we are a part of the bigger umbrella of the Mount Zion Women's Ministry 84th anniversary. If you're just tuning in, we want to give you some backdrop on that. And we are one of the many things that we do that cumulates up to March 22nd, that Sunday, when we have a guest speaker come in. But prior to that, we have had a prayer breakfast. We're having these workshops, and then we'll have a marketplace, which will be on March the
7.
7th, I believe.
Yes.
And you'll be free to come in and shop, and there'll be all types of we love to have lots of African clothing, and a lot of, I know I have a cousin who he says he's the candy man. His name
Oh,
is
no, not him.
Herman, Herman
Oh,
Lanier.
oh my gosh.
Yes,
I, I
that
can't
is
see
my
him.
cousin.
I can't
Hmm.
see him because
Yes,
every
yes,
time I see him, I buy his candy. Oh my God.
yes,
And it's
yes.
wonderful,
He,
folks. I
he
tell
sells
you,
that
seriously.
wonderful peanut brittle of
Oh,
all types, and
oh,
it's a family secret that he won't even tell us of any about the secret. But anyway, he does really good. He even has his candy and peanut brittle in a lot of these big major stores around here, which is
yes.
really wonderful, complimentary to him. that
Yes.
he's been such achieved so
Oh my
much with this.
gosh.
But
I did
it's
not
called
know.
Rainier Fine Candies. So if
Yes.
you see
Oh,
somebody with candies that say Lanier Fine Candies, you'll
oh,
know you got a plug for it from here. And he's always at Dr. Georgia McDade's marketplace that she puts on for Women's Ministry Month.
that's
So,
right. Okay, so
mhm.
I'm going to start starving myself and
Okay.
for because I'll be there March 7th because I got to get some of his candy. So,
I have the same
wow.
problem too. I just can't stop eating it once you start. So it's probably better not to start.
Well, at least buy some and give it away to somebody.
Oh no, it won't go. I'm sorry, but I have that good intention. I even have a good intention to buy some and bring some home to my husband. So if
And
I
it
can't
never
even
makes it
get it,
home.
if I can't get it home,
Winona.
that's how good it is. If
Uh-huh.
you take one little bite, you just might end up eating the whole bag. So
Right.
but
Absolutely.
anyway, so yeah, that is one of the fun things that I like to do, and that is to give promos to those who are in business. We like to support our Black businesses, and so we will be doing that at Mount Zion on March 7th. But tomorrow morning, get your alarm clock set, as I will have mine. Get up and come have a beautiful, wonderful, healthy continental breakfast with us, and then prepare yourself not to be talked to, but prepare yourself to interact with our speakers. We have the first panel is comprised of all top docs, so they're all doctors. We have the first lady at First AME, Dr. Phyllis Gearing Anderson. She'll be one of our key speakers, and she'll be talking about why heart health matters.
Mm.
That's her specialty, is heart. Um, she is a nurse practitioner and has a doctorate in nursing, and she will be one of our keynote speakers. We also have Dr. Anita Cannell, well known in the community for many years, has retired, but it's kind of like me, still goes out and does these engagements and shares her information. And we are always glad to see our trusted OBGYN, Dr. Anita Cannell, on a panel. And then on that same panel, we have Dr. Wendy Barrington
Mm.
from the University of Washington. She's a
Mhm.
director of the Arch Center there, and she's going to bring us the latest updates on breast cancer prevention, breast cancer awareness, breast cancer information that brings us up to speed with what the current trends are. We know that we may not get breast cancer as much as other people, but we tend to die from breast cancer more than other populations. And so we are, in essence, a high risk for certain parts, certain kinds of genes in the recessive genes in the cancer field. We also have on that panel, kind of new to Seattle, actually, but a good friend of mine's. Her name is Dr. Gloria Richard Davis,
Mm.
and she is part now of the Morehouse School of Medicine, has a partnership. I think it's called All in One Care. Um, I'm not, I should really make sure I get that correct, but they are in partnership with Virginia Mason. I know that much. And
Okay.
they're also in partnership with the Puget Sound region, other hospitals. So, like some down in Bremerton and some other places, there is a collaboration between the Morehouse School of Medicine, which means that they bring their students in here now. The Morehouse medical students, they come in and they train with some of our major institutions. And Virginia Mason started that with them, a great collaboration with them. And
Wow.
then it spread to the Puget Sound region. So, she'll be talking about who are our next caregivers, who's coming after the Dr. Anita Cannell's,
Mhm.
Dr. Rayburn Lewis's, and the Dr. John Vassal's, who will be replacing them. And she's in the training for
Oh,
them. She is an MD herself. Her husband is also a retired MD, and they have moved here, and she accepted that responsibility. So she'll be on there giving us an update about who will be taking care of us when she's no longer taking care of us and she's retired.
Right, right. And
So,
that's so key because we really need to have doctors that understand us and what
yes.
are, because we are different and
Yes, we
will
are.
listen to us.
Yes, yes, that's right. And being proactive is really part of what tomorrow's training will be, helping us to get our voice, helping us to remember to bring somebody with us when we go to the doctor. You know, sometimes they're talking so quickly and they have such short period of time that you know you're in and out and you haven't even told them everything you thought was wrong with you. And so, you know, we're advocating for things like take someone with you, and if it's a difficult conversation, be sure not to go alone,
Right.
and just, you know, being an advocate for yourself. So we have lots of that's the next phase. We have workshops that will happen right after the panel of the top docs. So we'll have a little breather, congregational singing and shifting and moving around a little bit and getting into the workshops that we want to attend. And when I say workshops, meaning we have a whole another set of speakers who will be just key facilitators for the most part. So those facilitators would be in that first. We have the first after the first top doc panel. Those key facilitators will be Rita Bruce. She has an MBA. She'll be talking about health and advocacy and health maintenance.
Is she a,
Maintenance.
isn't she a life coach too?
Yes, she'll be doing some life coaching. Yes, she will. And we will have in that section Candace Cooper, who is also a licensed clinical social worker and has a doctorate in clinical social work. And then we have Crystal McKinney, who is also an MSW, LICSW, and she is also they're going to be working collaboratively in one of the sections where people can come and talk about coping, stress, conflict resolution, how to keep your blood pressure down, you know, all the things that are germane to you trying to stay healthy. And
Right.
so we'll have that's one workshop. Then we'll have a grief and loss workshop for those who have lost loved ones or having a hard time coping with that loss. Reverend Dr. Julie Vaughn is doing a specific workshop on grief and loss. And then we'll have one for the young girls and the AB girls, American Baptist girls is the name of the group, but it's for all girls, young girls. And then we'll have the young adult group, which is led by a former military graduate, and that's Jamaica Nelson. And she's been a volunteer worker with our youth at Mount Zion Baptist Church, but she will be lending her skills and talents to any young person that's there. They'll be talking with Dr. Gloria Richard Davis about careers. What kind of courses do they need to take? Should they choose to have a medical career? And so we're going to have accommodations within that workshop, and then we're going to hear from Reverend Shirley Lytell, and Reverend Shirley Lytell is going to focus her speech in her workshop. She'll be focusing hers on surviving a heart attack. I I knew her. I know her for a long time, but I didn't know at 37 years of age she had a heart attack. But
Wow.
she's going to talk about how you recover well, because she's now one of like a competitive boxer. So
Oh, that's
she's a
right.
lady
She told
boxer.
me that long time ago. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
So,
Wow.
you know, I mean, people do recover from major events in their life and they go on living. And she's a clinical therapist, as I am, and she will be talking specifically about all the things she had to pour into herself that she
Mhm.
learned to give to other people so that
Right.
she could recover well and be where she is today. So it's a good personal story, especially because this is Heart Month. The American Heart Association reminds us this is Red Heart Month and that we should all be paying attention to heart and heart issues and heart healthy diets and all the things that keep us around and keep us living longer. So that's the theme of that we'll be working off of. And one of the themes when we talk about mind, body, and spirit.
Well, isn't Reverend Dr. Phyllis Beaumonte on a panel?
She is not on a panel because she has an obligation, but she will be there in time. I mean, opening up with prayer,
Mm.
but she has another conflict, so she wasn't able to
Oh,
spend the amount of time that we needed her to commit to for this.
oh, okay.
But there are others. Yes, there are others. Let me see who else in that's on the.
Candace Cooper, did you mention her?
Yeah, I mentioned Candace
What about
Cooper.
Candace Jackson?
Now those that'll be the last, that will be the actual last panel.
Ah,
So remember, we're having the interactive workshops and panels in the middle, and then we have the final big workshop, and that is to address the uptick of violence that are some of our people, not one of our own members,
oh
Mrs.
yes,
Cotton,
Emma Cotton.
was the elderly lady that was accosted on her back porch in the South End.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we are going to address protecting our children, like the young people that were killed in Rainier Beach area by the bus stop, and
Yes.
also protecting our elders. You know, we have to make sure that there's more accountability, there's more patrols, there's more whatever people need to feel safer in our own communities. And then there's going to be the question of how come you can't find DNA? You know, you had a tussle with an elderly lady like that. She lost part of her finger because he wanted to take off the ring and the ring wouldn't come off. These are the kinds of things
Winona,
that happen.
our
Mhm.
time is up.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have to come back and talk about the rest of this.
I will. I will talk. But that will be the gun violence prevention, the final
Yes.
one of our workshops. So thank you for having me. It
Oh,
was
you're
been
so
a
welcome.
pleasure. We hope people will show up at 9 o'clock tomorrow for a free breakfast and the mind, body, and spirit at Mount Zion Baptist Church, located on Reverend Samuel Berry McKinney, 19th and Madison. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. You're so good, Winona. All right, you guys. See you next week. Bye. Be safe.